Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a fun way to update your denim shorts for spring. These little woven roses are so simple to stitch and add a lovely pop of colour. I'm going to stitch the roses on this pocket here, so I'm just going to smooth out the fabric and I'm going to use a 4-inch embroidery hoop as this just slots in perfectly inside the pocket. So I'm just going to undo it, take the inner hoop out and just gently tuck that inside the pocket. Now just grabbing the outside hoop, I'm just going to loosen it off to make room and I'm just going to pop that on top. And now I'm just tightening the fastening to make sure that fabric is going to be nice and secure in the hoop. Now it's time to start stitching. So I've got this lovely pink thread by DMC and I'm going to be using 6 strands. I'm starting by stitching a 5-spoke star. Now this is going to form the base for our woven rose. This is super simple, just bringing your needle up through your fabric and stitching a star out of straight stitches. So I'm just going to push the needle back through. There we go. And then pulling the thread all the way through. Now I'm going to work my way around and stitch 5 of these. If woven rose stitch is new to you, or if you fancy a little refresher first, you can find a full stitch tutorial over on my channel in a little more detail. So that's stitch number 2 going in. And again, I'm just going to stitch another. So the key thing here is to keep your straight stitches similar in length. This will give our woven rose a lovely even finish once we start weaving the thread through. So here's our final straight stitch going in, and we've got our 5-spoke star ready to start weaving our thread. Now push your needle up through the fabric close to the centre of the star. We're going to start weaving. So this is over and under. So I'm going to go over the first spoke and then slide my needle under the next. And then again over the next stitch and under the next one. And I'm going to repeat this until I have covered all of the straight stitches. This is the fun part because this is where you start to see the rose effect forming, and it's so pretty, especially in a gorgeous pink colour like this. Once you finish the first rows, add some more along the edge of the pocket using the same technique. Here are our finished woven roses. I've stitched 5 all together just along that edge. Here's a little close up, they're looking really pretty. So now we're going to add some more colour by adding some little green leaves. So I've got this lovely shade of green and I've got 6 strands. I'm going to add a little pair of leaves to each rose. So I'm just pushing my needle up through the fabric, pulling that thread all the way through, and then I'm just going to push my needle back through the fabric close to the edge of the rose, pulling my thread all the way through to create that first leaf. Now I'm just going to do exactly the same just next to it, just angling it slightly differently, pulling that thread all the way through and then pushing it back through to meet that first stitch. Pull that thread all the way through. And there we go, we've got our first pair of leaves. So now I'm just going to add the same to each of the other roses. Here we go, here are the finished leaves. So we've got a little pair on each rose. So now it's time to remove the hoop. So I'm just going to lay it down. I'm just going to undo the fastening. There we go. And I'm just going to take out that inner hoop as well. Now there's a bit of a crease left from the hoop, so I'm going to run an iron over that to smooth it out. And now here is our finished woven rose pocket. It's such a simple way to update your shorts for spring. Will you be giving this one a go? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Happy stitching.